But we are not in Texas today. We are in Maryland. Are we in Maryland yet? I don't know. We might be still in Pennsylvania, but I think we're probably getting close. And it's raining. Let me turn you around. Let's see. See? We are leaving Lancaster, always say it wrong, Lancaster, going to Amish country. We've been in Washington, D.C., touring everything, and now not sure if we're having a hard time with this connection. Let us know, see us, or if it's dropping. Oh, I already got some thumbs up. Yay. Okay. When you hop on, give us a thumbs up and tell us where you're from. So we have really been, how you say, hitting the pavement. We've done everything. We'll do a little recap of what we've been doing. So we got into Washington on Wednesday night, really. Didn't really do anything Wednesday night. And we were up bright and early on Thursday morning. We got accepted to go to the White House, and then we got denied, and then we got accepted again. So I don't know if their scheduling thing was off, or if I don't know what happened, but they said we could come. So that was the very first thing that we did Thursday morning as we went to the White House. It was really, really neat. We all three enjoyed that a lot. What did we do after that? My days are running together.
Went to the Washington Monument.
Yes, that's what we did. We walked 8 miles that day. We walked 8 miles on Thursday, and we felt it. Or I did for sure. We went to the Washington Monument, and you can ride up the top, and you have to get reservations way in advance for that. We got to do that, and then after that, we went to, this might not be a good idea. Went to the Peterson House across the street from Ford's Theater and got to see where he died and all of that. They even show the gun that the Booth man used, and they have the pillow, and it's really something. We enjoyed it. And then that night we did what you call a moonlight tour of all of the monuments. And that was really, really pretty, except for what, Caleb? What'd y'all see on the moonlight tour that was... Tell them.
Some big old rats.
They have rats everywhere in Washington. And if you're scared of rats like I am, or mice, when it gets dark, they come out. And I didn't never see them, because every time they would say, look, there's one. How big were they, babe?
Pretty big. Big as like a small, I don't know how big they would compare them to. They're like a armadillo size or whatever. They're big.
That's a chihuahua.
Like a chihuahua. Yeah. They'd probably eat a chihuahua. They're everywhere. We see them everywhere, running through
the monuments,
shrubs and stuff. People out there sleeping on the ground. And
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but they had like little tent cities. We kind of tried to stay away from that after we figured out where they were. But you just have to hold your nose when you walked by, because it was so strong. Not all of Washington is not like that. It's just a couple of places. I think they try to like all put them in one place or something. I don't know what's going on with that, but the rat thing, and when it's going to get dark outside, I'm going to go in, because I'm not going to have no rat running around on my foot. So that was Thursday. Thursday was a very, very busy day. We enjoyed Thursday. Friday, we got up and we found the best little breakfast place. It was called Pete's Diner, and it's over by the Capitol, but it's right across the street from the Library of Congress. And you know how hotel, we're staying at the Homewood Suite, the Hilton. You know how those breakfasts are. They're not just wonderful. So we decided we wanted to eat some good breakfast. And actually the cab driver is the one that recommended us to go there. So we went there. And then we went over to the Library of Congress. And that was absolutely gorgeous. We seen the first book ever printed, and John Adams' library. Thomas Jefferson's. The Bible, the Gutenberg Bible. We seen it's big. We got to see that, and what?
Okay, he needs to go to the bathroom.
Oh, we're gonna stop at the rest stop. We got to see that there. That building is absolutely gorgeous. The carvings and the marble. Actually, I almost think that building was prettier than the Capitol. No?
I don't know. It's about the same. It's really nice.
It is so pretty. So after we finish the Library of Congress, go. If you ever go to Washington, go to the Library of Congress. And then we went over to the Capitol. We had we'd gotten accepted on a tour for that. And we went through that. The tour guide, we didn't have a very good tour lady.
Yeah, it was nice.
Not one. She was, she tried to be funny and she wasn't. She...
Real dramatic.
Very. Like she would go, wouldn't I make a good monument? Wouldn't I look good right here? It wasn't. She wasn't good at all. But the tour itself was good. She just wasn't a good lady. But anyway, we got to see where they had the first Senate, and that was funny because they said that they would spit on the floor and it was real nasty, and then after they moved it from that building, they actually made that room a marketplace where they sold animals. Can you imagine, right there in the Capitol?
Now it's a statue.
Now it's a statue room.
Where every state can send 2 statues if they want to display of people from their state.
And it got so heavy, the floor started sagging, and so they had to start moving.
Spreading them around.
Yeah. So that was neat. We did that, and then after we did that, we came and got this car and started heading to Pennsylvania. And I'm sorry I'm having to lean back. It's like this, like this is how I'm regularly supposed to sit, but this seat is broke in this car. So they gave us this car with the broke seat, but they we got over to our bed and breakfast that night, Friday night, and then we went to the next morning, yesterday morning, we got up and we went all around Amish country, and we have seen it all. It was so fun for me. Christopher and Caleb Chris and Caleb, they enjoyed it too, but not as much as me. I found a beautiful quilt. It's green and black and cream and gold. And I don't know what the pattern was. The girl that was selling it was a young little Amish girl. She didn't know. So, and I got some beautiful pot holders that are quilted.
Yeah.
And we tried root beer. We tried homemade root beer. If you've never had it, you need to try it.
Why?
So they'll know if they like it or not.
They won't like it neither. It's too strong.
It tastes like it.
Like licorice or medicine. It's not the same.
It tastes like, if you like licorice, I think they must put it in there. It's got to. It was really, he took one swig and I took one swig and that's it. And then Caleb took a swig. But the whoopie pie, That was really, really good.
It's overrated.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it was not. It was so, so good. I wish I could have got some more of those, but I didn't need to. But we did bring back, we got some sticky buns. Those were good. We got some molasses crinkles. Those were not as good as, I make molasses crinkles, and I thought mine were better. And then we got, I bought some tea, some hot tea, for us to have at home. And I bought a little let me see that little shoe fly pie, Caleb. Hand me that sticky bun and that shoe fly pie. And I have no idea what the shoe fly pie is. I think they said it had a wet bottom and a dry top. So I just bought a little one.
Sounds funny, like a wet bottom.
That's what she said. She goes, it's kind of wet bottom and it gets drier as it goes up. So I said, well, is it flavored? And she said,
Sounds like sticky buns. We had sticky buns when we did that 8 miles walking.
are you getting out too?
Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom.
Okay, they're going to stop at this Royal Farms. It's a gas station called Royal Farms. No, I got a water. I'm good. So let's see what else we did. We went to actually one of my friends here on YouTube. She suggested that I call this old order Amish lady. I look awful. And she does dinners out of her home. And she said, call her. Her name is Sally. She makes really good dinners. And you can visit in true Amish home, not commercialized. So I did. I called her. And this has been like a month ago. I called her and she said, I do them, but I have church in my house that whole month of September. And what they do is they like put all of their pews and stuff in a buggy and they go from home to home each month. And so she is hosting this month the services, and they only have church every other Sunday, she said. So she said, I can't do the dinner, but I would like for you to come and we'll just visit and we'll have a cup of tea or something. And so we did at 2:00 yesterday. We went there, and she was so nice, and we got to ask all kinds of questions. And they didn't have any electricity. They did have running water. I think she said it was from a generator. They do generators, and they do have hot water, a tank, hot water tank, just sitting there. It's not in a closet or anything. And but their chandelier, they had a really pretty, like we would over our table, a light fixture. And but instead of it having a wire, it would just hung on a hook, and they had like battery LED light bulbs in it. No pictures on the walls. They had just a lot of furniture. Their kitchen was beautiful, and it looked really modern. She had granite countertops and really pretty cabinets, and they were painted. They had pretty, pulls, knobs and stuff. But then the rest of the house, it was just white walls, no pictures of any kind on the walls. And then the floor was just like a cream linoleum. It didn't have any pattern to it. And they did have a refrigerator, and it ran, and it was like a regular refrigerator like we have in our home, and it was ran on propane. And she did open it while I was there. She gave us some lemonade, gave Chris and Caleb some lemonade that she had made. And I didn't notice if it had a light that came on. I guess it probably did. And then he was out there. They have a dairy, and he was out there plowing, and there was 5 mules that pulled the plow, like an old-timey plow, like you would have like you would see in the old days. And he just had like a piece of plywood on top of it, and he stood there. And I was, Chris actually got some video where his face wouldn't show. As long as our face don't show, they're okay with it. And if he was to fall, he could really get in the plow. It's dangerous, I think. But anyway, so he was doing that and being out there with the cows. I think they said that they had 500 cows. It was a pretty big dairy, 300 acres. Maybe it wasn't 500. It was a lot though. And they milk them twice a day. So it's a full-time job. And then they have, I think I didn't know if any of y'all had a question. And then some of them had, so it was weird because like their two sons had bobcats, and they were moving the hay around with the bobcats, but then he was plowing the field with the mules. And so Chris, they said, ask us any questions you want. Well, we didn't want to be rude, but they were asking us actually a lot of questions too. So it was kind of both ways. And he goes, how come it's legal and it's by district, like what your preacher says you can do? Okay. So Chris asked him, how come you can have them bobcats moving this hay around, but you can't have a tractor to do the plowing? What does she say?
She said as long as you, I guess, use animals to do the plowing, you can use powered equipment like that to do other things or something.
But then she said it's up to the preacher. Will you open this?
I don't think she said that.
District. Yes, she did. And then she was making, while we were doing all this talking, we were at the kitchen table, and they had a big kitchen table pretty much. It was about the size of, I don't know, 12, I think probably could sit at it. And she just kept bringing in 5-gallon buckets, her and her daughter. Her daughter didn't talk very much, but she did, when she did talk, she was really sweet. Her name was Carolyn, and the lady's name was Sally. And they were peeling 5-gallon buckets of apples from their apple tree, and she was going to be making applesauce. And so she would bring the apples in, and she would quarter them, take out the core, and she would quarter them, and she didn't peel them, and she put them in a big pot of water from their sink, because they had running water, and then she put it on the stove, and she was going to boil it down, and then she was going to put in, she told me all about it, how to make it. Then she was going to put after they got mushy, she's going to put it through a food mill, she said. And it would, I guess the skins get all ground up too, I don't know. And then she put sugar in it, but no, she was going to use stevia. And that's all. Put it in jars, and they have applesauce. She said that would last them until next year. That one tree. And they were called smoked something. The name of that apple, it looked like a Granny Smith. It was the color of a Granny Smith, but they were smaller and they were speckled, almost like a pear. And they were called smoked something. And let's see, what else did they have to say?
Not much. The guy didn't talk much. Showed us his dairy and farm and stuff. So his cows, and they milk them twice a day. And they come pick up the milk about every other day. So then they send him a check every 2 weeks, he said. So he's lived there for all of his life, and
it was his grandparents.
Like 90 acres, I think is what he said he had there. So what they take farm and do things. So.
And so we did all of that with them, and we got to go to a restaurant. So we asked her, we wanted to go to one of those restaurants, and we went there, and but we didn't like it. So if you're ever in Amish country, it's called the Maple Leaf, and I'll have a video on it. It was a buffet, but it was, I don't know, it just wasn't very good. We didn't care for it. We've seen a lot of people where they rode the little scooter, where they kick, we would kick with one leg and then you ride on it. That was. Oh, and they have, I guess when you're younger, maybe like 12 or so, they had these little horses, and they had a special buggy that they could go to town in, and they would pull it, and those things could go pretty fast. Do y'all have any questions? Y'all have any questions? Shoot, we got quite a bit of y'all listening. If y'all got a question, and maybe if we know the answer, we'll.
How you gonna read that and do that at the same time?
I thought you had Caleb's. Probably fixing to have. We're on our way. If you didn't, or if you're just jumping on, we're on our way to Fort McHenry, where in Baltimore, Maryland, where Francis Scott Key wrote the Star Spangled Banner. Did you miss your exit? And
Can't see Jack.
we'll just get off of that.
Maybe not. Maybe I didn't miss it. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
And let's see, what else have we done? The bed and breakfast that we stayed in. We stayed in a really nice bed and breakfast there for 2 nights. We loved it. And they had a really nice breakfast. Very fancy.
China and all that.
Oh, very nice tablecloth, all the dishes. I didn't get a lot of video of the breakfast because I didn't want to get other people's faces and stuff, because I don't want to have to ask, and not everybody likes that. And so, but I did get a little bit. What is it?
Nitro Pepsi.
Try it.
What is it?
Instead of carbonation, it's nitro infused.
Ugh.
Let me try.
It tastes like vanilla.
It is vanilla.
Vanilla draft cola.
That's not good.
It's not good. We have been trying all kinds of stuff that we've never had before. Ooh, the aftertaste.
Oh,
While you're drinking it, it's okay, but maybe kind of flat, since you said it's not.
it's not. Don't have no carbonation in it. It's nitrogen instead of carbonation.
It ain't nitrogen.
That's what it says.
Nitro. Nitrogen
What does this say?
is a gas.
Nitrogen infused cola.
Caleb, this says nitro. N-I. Oh, down there. Whatever.
But it's raining. It's raining here. So I'm hoping when we get there that it's kind of stopped so we can look around good. They said they had a neat museum though. Tomorrow, we're going to drop this car off, check into our hotel tonight back at the Homewood Suites by Hilton there in Washington. And tomorrow we're going to go to the not the Natural Museum. The American History Museum. And Caleb, that's something Caleb really wants to do. And a washout.
Oh, he's had a wreck and looks like his bumper's in the road. He's going back to get it out of the way so people can drive. And it's raining. I bet he tore that.
Yeah, he hit that. He's just gonna throw it over.
I'm sure he's not happy.
No.
I wonder if he had a flat. Oh, he tore.
Blowout?
No, that's part of the. Oh man, he tore the whole front end of that car out. Not good.
No. We're gonna go there, and then Caleb also wants to go to the Arlington National Cemetery, so we're gonna do that too. Huh? With the changing of the guards? Did you want to do that? So we're gonna try to do both those tomorrow if we have time, and then Tuesday if we have time. Our flight doesn't leave till 5, so we're gonna try to go to Mount Vernon. And so we'll just see. We're just going to kind of wing it. We've done a lot of the things that he was on his list. But I have no idea if y'all have said anything because he's got his
Well,
maps
I
going
need
right now.
to-
That's fine. That's okay.
Well, here, after we get off of that, you can look and see because
We don't wanna get lost.
For a while. Caleb, do you have it on your phone going right now? Fort McHenry on your phone. We need exit 23A.
That's fine. It's okay.
It's right here.
I can
Default
answer them
right
later.
here.
May not have
Take
been.
the exit.
Whoops.
Then keep left to merge onto I-83 South. Use the left 2 lanes to keep left.
I need to tell her to hush.
We went, let's see, what else did I bring back? Kennedy. I brought her back we went to this, I didn't want to buy quilt and stuff from like the tourist area. I wanted to go out in the, nobody said nothing.
Is that right?
What's wrong with y'all? Yeah.
It says 4 people.
So we went, the people that we bed and breakfast, they said just get off on the back roads and they'll have little signs and you know, little shops and stuff. So that's what we did. And we pulled into one and they had everything you can imagine for sale in their little barn. And that's where I bought my quilt and some stuff for Kennedy and couple of cookbooks. The cookbooks, goodness, I got several cookbooks. We're going to be making some stuff out there. There's a fruit dip recipe that sounds really, really good. I'm going to make that. And there's just several. And that's going to be coming up. I might have to just have a Amish playlist
Cooking show.
of just recipes from them because they got it. Looking through there, I'm like, yeah, we're going to be making some of these for sure. But, well, if y'all aren't going to talk, I'm going to go. Because my arm's getting tired holding this phone up. And how far are we from there? Nope. Oh, you took it off?
The phone.
Okay. So we hope y'all have a good day. We just kind of wanted to give y'all what's been going on with us. We've been having so much fun. And we got 2 more days and then we'll be headed back to Texas. I will tell you this, it's funny. When people find out we're from Texas, I don't know. How do you feel about it? I think everybody likes Texas. They all, even in the tours, and like they'll tell everybody, say where they're from, and they're, oh, Texas. It seems like it's something special, but anyway. Well, y'all, we've enjoyed talking to y'all. We'll be putting up more videos every day of a different thing that we did. And we'll see y'all in a little bit. We're fixing to go see Fort McHenry. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, keep looking to the east. Bye.